Scenes from Gravity, the movie, and scenes from the International Space Station. Do you see any difference? Proof. This is the proof of the spinning ball Earth with curved water. You can tell it's real because it looks so fake, says Elon Musk. Elon Musk gives us the saying. Yeah, that's the movie Gravity with George Clooney and NASA. When you're watching a live feed of astronauts in the International Space Station, I think those are wires, of course. Notice the astronaut on the left. He seems to not be as strong as the others, having the need to pull his legs up and use both arms for support as he dangles from his harness and wires. And the astronaut on the right shows a shirt with the wires that's CGI'd out of the image, connect to the harness under his shirt. Pretty straight off, obvious, and nothing more to see there. I can leave this here. The most important thing here is the pools. Look at the pools, and of course the CGI, and of course zero-G plane, zero-G airplane moving in the atmosphere. Are you guys really in space? I just want to show you photos of astronauts in space. These are public domain photos, and this is like the shooting, the filming of the video footage in space, and then 5 seconds later you see this whole thing happening, like when we edit videos with cameras and green screen and stuff. So in 1965, an astronaut doing a spacewalk clearly swivels his head and salutes the camera. In 2013, Terry Dunn of the Neutral Buoyancy Lab in Houston said that spacesuit helmets are rigid and do not swivel. Maybe we lost the superior technology from the 1960s. By the way, 1965 is 4 years after the Antarctica Treaty was enabled. The International Space Station, and of course we have bubbles in space. Bubbles, swimming pool, bubble, swimming pool. So International Swimming Station, these are the suits used, and we have water in the swimming pool, and we float in water. We don't float, we float on the exterior, on the surface of the water, but then inside water we have that movement that we see the same movement in the movies. So this is how we move. We see the movement in the movies. It moves the same as in water, right? So maybe that's the reason why, because we move in water and then we remove the water, but we still have some bubbles in water. So that's the reason why we have these bubbles sometimes in the footage from space. So nice to swim inside water, and the effect of moving in space is the same as the one in the water. So nothing to see here, folks. Trust me, I'm really in space, as the Earth is a globe. This is like caught in the act during a visit to NASA by former President George W. Bush in 2016. There we have the astronaut with like the CGI blue, and behind it, yeah, you know that the drill. Zero-G plane and hairspray. Zero-G plane, that's sauce. Look at the zero-G plane. How you can fly in the zero-G plane. It's an experience worth experiencing. Then, of course, you can make your own videos on YouTube saying that you've been in space. Life-sustaining electronics. So you have like life-sustaining electronics everywhere, but let's play with water in space. The official data image showing the satellite debris that's currently orbiting the Earth, spinning in space with curved water on the exterior of a sphere, and then the NASA live feed. Passenger, a fighter jet, blacking out, speed approximately 1,350 miles per hour, so you black out. Tim Peake headed to International Space Station, reaching speeds of 25,000 miles per hour, 7 miles per second. Wow. Smiling and giving the thumbs up. Wow, so how come this passenger in the fighter jet blacks out at 1,350 miles per hour, and at 25,000 miles per hour, which is 7 miles per second, nothing happens? I just like that, so fascinating. So what NASA said happened to the ISS after being struck by a micrometeor. I'm just going to put my finger on it and fix it with space tape. What really would happen to all satellites and the ISS in space because of all the space debris, like we see in the movies? So yeah, this is how you fix stuff with tape, I guess. Astronauts. Calls the moon back in the Apollo mission, 1960s. Calls the moon, which is 239,000 miles away. Remote controls toy 64.6 million miles away, but cell phone tower every 3 miles, and we can't get a signal sometimes. And we have like these 3G signals coming in. So sad. So let's see, this is Devon Island, Google Earth, Devon Island, NASA Reality, Destination Mars, Devon Island, which is in the north of Canada, Devon Island. Breaking news, water found on Mars. This is awesome. The media called it the Mars rat, but this is actually an Arctic lemming in the Arctic. Lemmings are, these animals. Arctic, in the Arctic Circle, which is also Canada is part there as well. Commonly found on Devon Island, which is part of Canada, if I'm not mistaken. This rodent-like rock is a rodent. It is very clearly, it's an Arctic lemming, also native to Devon Island. Note the short, stubby legs in both images. So Moon, Mars, space. I like these pools. You know, these pools. Let's go swimming. And I wonder, like, why in the pools, in the swimming pool, they have all these like structures, like just like we see in the space movies. So why do you need these structures in the pools? Is it because you have to film in the pool and then you have to CGI out the water to make it look like space? I'm just wondering, because you know, if you want to swim in a swimming pool, you don't need these like space type looking things, infrastructures, right? It's just me. In 1952, Werner von Braun wrote a book called Project Mars, which imagined the human colonists on Mars would be led by a person called Elon Musk, SpaceX actor, Werner von Braun, NASA actor, Project Mars, a technical take by Dr. Werner von Braun. You can tell it's real because it looks so fake, said Elon Musk. I'd go to the moon in a nanosecond. The problem is we don't have the technology to do that anymore. We used to, but we destroyed that technology, and it's a painful process to build it back again. This was this astronaut. So why would you destroy that super awesome technology from the 1960s that would take us to the moon? First airplane flight, 1903. World's first commercial airline in 1914. Men walk on moon in 1969. In 2019, still waiting for the space tourism. And we're in 2025, I'm still waiting. Cartoons for kids, cartoons for adults. I think I prefer the cartoons for kids. They look more awesome. Fake and ridiculous. Awesome stuff. I wonder what they would think about it in this case. This is awesome. Elon Musk said you can tell it's real because it looks so fake. Elon Musk, message he gave to the world. You think this car is really in space. Split second glitch at 41:56 minutes. And then we have the studio. Reveals that this is still in the studio. Of course, air pressure looks normal in the tires. This is like the balloons versus vacuum before and after. Look at it. But the air pressure in the tires looks like that in space. No mirror. Usually cars have a mirror, but there's no mirror here. They remove the mirror so we don't see the fourth wall, which is very known by people who do CGI and editing. A mirror would cause loads of problems with reflections and light bouncing around, making harder to fake. This is a spinning ball with curved water on the exterior of a sphere. Images from the ISS, 400 kilometers from Earth. A view from SpaceX Tesla, 177 kilometers. So I thought the curve is more visible the higher up you go. So the ISS is higher up than the Tesla SpaceX. So why do we see it like that? I don't know. So you can tell it's real because it looks so fake. I just love CGI computer graphics in movies. I love them. It's something that makes you feel awesome. Remember, like one of my favorite things to show is always with the pools. The pools, yes, this is awesome. The pools, swimming pools. It would be awesome to have a swimming pool party, but I want to see like less suits and more like skin. See you in the next video.